Everyone, welcome back to part 3 of this book page series shorts. Today's going to go in a whole different direction than I'd planned, but that's okay. We're going to be making these little matchbook piece. Well, I don't even know what to call them. They're little matchbooks that have ephemera pieces in them that you just can pull out, stick down in your journal. I thought these would be perfect to add to a journal that you're going to sell, or for Happy Mail, or even if you do like craft booths. These are like quick and easy little, the little items that are supposed to be up by the checkout that's not very expensive. But anyway, I thought these were neat. This one has stamped book pages that I have colored the book pages with just some ink oxide, I believe. It's in here's flowers, little ladybug. This is a little girl. You can't maybe see it very good. Butterfly. This one I have, okay, same thing. Stamp pieces, but the book pages are not colored. This is actually going to go into a little journal I'm making now. I'm going to tuck it in there because I thought it would be a fun little added piece. And then the last one is that I've made so far. This one I did more like a little pocket, and it doesn't have any book page in it, but just to show you things you can do with them, and I put stickers in there. Another good idea I thought was to make them bigger and fussy cut images. I don't have any fussy cut right now, but something like this where you could also put it in maybe like a naked journal, and they could decorate the pages or make pockets like this. This one is a pocket, so they'd have their little image. All of this would be in a bigger matchbook that they could just tear out, put it on their own solid background, and make either a pocket or even covers. Another thing that I'm going to probably do is words. You know how we like to make little labels on our clusters, and that would be a cute idea to fill this with some words that are maybe stamped on book pages or back to a book page, like the actual label and just stuck down to the book page. And then tickets, which I just made this one real rough. I don't even have a normal stamp for tickets, but put little tickets in there, and you can pull them out and they can glue it around in their journals. But this video is supposed to go a totally different direction, where I would show you different things to do. This is just some colored book page. Different things to do when you take a catalog and just rip out the images. There's another pocket. And glue them onto a book page, waiting for them, waiting for a journal that you want to use it in. But then I kind of saw a little blurb on YouTube from Tina that said, for a quick, easy, whatever, glue your magazines or your pictures to your book page and it's ready to go. And I thought, well, shoot, that's easy enough. That summed it up in one sentence. So these aren't completed yet, but they're along the same lines of things I'm going to do. Make a little, this one will probably be a little notebook. This one I figured would be, it's a pocket. Look how tiny, isn't that cute? Wouldn't that look cool on a cluster? Put these in a little matchbook, and then they can just tear them out and stick them on their cluster. So this one's a pocket. I'm going to fold this over, is my intent. Who knows how I'll actually use it. And either put it on the side of a book page, the top of one, so you have a pocket, and then you have a flip-up writing. But those are just some of the things that I've made. But I think we're going to focus on these. And I'm going to run you through this part real quick, even though I know it's not anything difficult. But so I like to use a deco ruler when I tear out my magazine. I think it, you know, because staining the magazine pages doesn't really show up that much for me. So I think this gives it some extra dimension and character, I guess. But you can straight cut them. So this is, you can see I've already done that on a lot of things. Sometimes I'll just cut out the image like it's coming off of a page, and then you can tear this. It can be a page, side of a page pocket. I had another one of where I had fussy cut. But anyway, so let's just start this real quick. And I'm going to show you this real quick because this will lead into what I'm going to do for the next series. So I have this magazine, and I'm getting ready to do a botanical journal. So this, I'll have a lot of flowers and plants, and we'll just do these three real quick down here. Isn't that pretty? Mainly I was just rough. And this is something, I did this while I was watching TV, and in just like 20 minutes I had a whole catalog done and stuck to my book page and ready for the next step, to turn it into ephemera. Or, you know, really, I guess it's already ephemera just the way it is. So we have three pieces just like that. That I'm just going to glue down to my book page. I just use a glue stick for this part. And I kind of center it in the words so that when I tear it, I'll have some frame to it. I would just use a good glue stick on this part, and you don't have to sew or anything like that because I just leave them in here. And they have lots of nice drying time. Easy as that. That's how I do. And I just keep them in here, and when I have time I tear out some and make things. And then also I like to keep the number because I usually splatter paint it and use it as a book tab, as a tab, page tab. But I'm going to try to leave some space at the bottom if I know that I'm going to make the matchbooks out of them. Or the side, however you are going to attach them. You could do it from the side too. That would work out good. And no matter what, when you get ready to use them, you can always, you know, straighten them up to the size that you need at the time. There's three, just that quick. I also stamped some pieces on my colored papers. These are just ink oxide that I smushed on, and then I took a little gesso and stamped in the gesso, thinking you'd be able to see it better. And on some of them you can, but I noticed that my better stamps, like Tim Holtz, didn't come out as good as like the cheaper stamps. I guess because the cheaper stamps have thicker edging and it showed up better. So I don't measure anything. It's just basically what pieces are you going to use, and from that, how wide do you need it. So I'll just pretend that these are the pieces I'm going to use. I have a book here with scrapbook paper, pieces of scrapbook paper. Main thing is you just want it long enough to wrap around. So when I'm picking out my piece of scrap, I just take whatever I'm going to use, set it maybe an inch from the bottom to give it the lip, and then make sure you have enough top to come down over it. That's my only requirements for the size. And of course, make sure your width is enough. So at this point, I'm going to do just that. I'm going to set my little pieces in here. Come up about maybe an inch. I burnish it real good. Make a nice sharp edge there. And then I bring down the top pretty close to my pieces. Burnish that. And then as you can tell, I've got too much. I like my little flap to come about a third of this piece, like into it, maybe a third. So I'm going to cut it about right there. Make me a little mark with my fingernail. And at this point, all you have to do is staple it and you're done. I like to round my corners as well. And I don't know that I'm going to keep it this wide because I leave just a teeny bit of space on each side. So I think I'll tear off part of the side here too. Again, I don't measure it. I just... That's the good part. I mean, you can make them so quick and easy. You don't need to measure. And you can use up a lot of scraps and book pages. I guess I brought my scissors in here, or I would even that up a bit. I've had to move my room around so that little man doesn't... He likes to get in all the things, so that he can come into the workroom and not tear it to shreds. I moved a lot of things, and guess I didn't bring my scissors in here. So I would probably round the corners at this point and ink it if you're going to ink. And then the fastest, easiest way is just to use your stapler. And just like that, you have a very useful, neat piece of ephemera to put in your journals. Because now you have a little go-to when you're wanting to stick things down or add embellishments or make clusters. You have these at the ready that you can just pull out and make. And also, I did embellish the outside of mine because I'm going to put them in journals that I'm going to sell. But, I mean, you don't even have to do that. But this could actually be the outside of this. Like one of these little pictures of... Could be the outside piece. Something like this. This is a really small one. I like it. Which I'm probably not going to put it on there, but just showing how easy it is. I'd probably take a little piece of cheesecloth or muslin and put underneath with some string. Maybe put some word stickers here. Which I didn't bring anything in here. I wasn't very prepared, was I? But something like this would work. Little clusters. Something like this. Guess this one's not a pocket, but it's a writing space. So anyway, I hope you liked this video. I know it was short and sweet, but I thought it was a cute idea. I've got the inspiration from this from Camellia Crafts. She made tiny matchbook notebooks, filled them with paper, and I thought it was a cute idea to actually add the ephemera. I hope you like it. And oh, the reason I walked through gluing down the pages, the pictures to the pages, all of these is what was tore off. And we need to keep these because these are what we're going to use in the next series. Next part of the series. That will be fun. So, got me another little picture here, so I'm going to glue it down real quick. But anyway, thank you for joining me. I hope that this has inspired you somehow. I'm sure it's nothing you haven't seen, but I do know that, like I've said many times, I get inspired by watching other people's things, even if I've done them before, because it shows me another way. In my mind, I could do this, just like her with her tiny notebooks, which I love, and I will probably do that as well, but it made me think I could make these. So, keep your scraps, and I hope that I will see you next time. Please like and subscribe, and that way you'll be notified on each of these little short videos that come out for using our book pages. Thanks for joining me. I hope you liked it, and I hope to see you next time. Bye.